Welcome to another Forex Killers update. If you're new here or if you're not, grab that corrugated iron sheet, slice that like button for me, and let's dive into the charts. All right, did you get bear trapped and played by the market makers? Now, I'm not going to lie, it was a difficult one. It certainly was tricky, but in the end, we got it right. But that does not mean I did not take some losses. I certainly did. But with good risk management, small losses kept them to 10 pips and under, and then we go for the big wins. Look, we had FOMC. My last video was prior to FOMC, and I basically outlined that we can go either way, either structure, and it is fundamentally based a lot of the time. So we only had that very basic 25 basis point rise on the rate rise. Okay, so I said we could either do this and then go up and then come down, right, which would have been the 50 rate rise in my opinion, or we can come straight down and then go up. Now, and obviously we can go down, up, down, and do a bit of this, a bit of that. We'll see what comes of it. All right. I'm going to get rid of this fib because it's a bit hard to see, but we obviously went through the golden zone, came down just shy of the 82 retracement. All right, if you just put the three waves, we hit the 1276. Now, the 1276 was 101,990. If you recall, my target, actually, I don't think you recall, I actually put it in the Discord. And I'll just show that because I haven't gone to the Discord in a while. I think I put it in here somewhere. Oopsies. Here we go. So out of GU and AU sells for a few pips. This was yesterday during Asia. Asia really tore, which was really a bummer. It can happen. They just keep pushing it up, just keep letting it go. Pump it a bit, let the retail drive it up a bit, and pump it a bit, and just getting all the buyers in to wreck them all, right? So, unfortunately, me working wasn't conducive to good trading, and as such, I got stopped out of my GU short that was up 50, 60 pips for 5 pips. I just went, all right, I'm getting out of this. AU, I won a break even, that was up 50 pips. Another one for about 10 pips, 12 pips. EU had a short, that got stopped out for the same, about 10, 12 pips, and it sucks, but, we got to read the chart, and then we're looking at it, and London came, and I'll just show you sort of what we went through in London. So, just had this sort of EL running and possible price action, and took the long down here when we tagged it. Took profit right at that point at 430 or 420. I think I got for the profit. Shorted AU at 530. Right, AU's dropped off right down. We're sort of up 50 pips. GU just following this sort of stuff. Took a long in here for GU. That went 20 pips. I was at dinner, so I didn't get the take profit. I was hoping for one more high for the take profit, but I just got stopped out break even. So there was that there. It would have been, that was a great sort of short, but, it looked like it was going to break the EL, but it didn't. And that would have been a good sell once that sort of broke and closed underneath that EL. But, date night was calling. Yeah, so look, I called... Yeah, so here I said, my next target for DXY is 101,900, but seems we're going straight with no correction. So, you get that sort of feeling like, we're going, we're going to get a correction, everyone's getting super sort of bearish on the DX, on the dollar, and it's looking like so bearish, and, you sort of get pulled into it somewhat, but I had to stay true to the chart, not to other people's feelings. And when I'm seeing the rhetoric of others and their sentiment, that's when I can be more confident in it reversing, right? Because I've got people saying, DXY, I'll just show you on DXY. I think that's enough on the chart there, on the Discord there. but I think I'll just show you. So you got this. I got people, right? You know I don't trade that Head and Shoulders trash. I mean they play out, but very rarely. But people that were going for this Head and Shoulders, right? So I saw this. This is a fundamental guy I follow, right? His TA is absolute trash. Well, I mean, in my opinion. And I don't follow him at all for that, but his fundamental analysis is better than mine because I don't have much. I'm getting a lot better at it. But, you know, I follow some guys to hear what their take is and to learn the ropes. So he's got this, you know, this is the neckline. They're looking for a break, right? And then you'd have a 1-to-1 extension of this move to that. So some Elliott guys would see that as the three-wave, right? Which is what it is. But when they're talking all about that, I just want to make sure I got the right one. Yeah, it looks like it. Yes. So that was, I said we either come down and we fake break it and go up, or we don't, it falls shy. And so we tested it and we hit my 109 level. Again, my 1019 was not based on that Head and Shoulders, although it was nice and confluent with it. And it was not based on this 127 extension. The 1019 was simply based upon the former EL. And here it is right there. I'll delete that. All right, you guys know the ELs are precise. So that was our old EL that we had running through here when we caught the exact bottom. Right, boom, 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 up. Retested, fell, shot through. Okay, so that was our former EL. So that was my target. So you see we came down to 101.915. Okay, can't get much closer than that, all right? So now that's not to say, like, we often get big bounces off the ELs, right? Because they that's where the market makers have got their orders set. That's where they're going to take it, because that's how they're going to draw in the orders from the retail. That's when they're going to get them. So we know they work, all right? Here's another, you know, just an instance here, bang, 104, bang, you know, up here, bang. You know, there's plenty, right? So we're always getting bounces, 103, all right? So a bit of a move off that, all right, before the move down. So that's not to say that it can't roll over. It certainly can. But I'll be watching. You know, we had some decent unemployment news, so, you know, not looking too bad. Again, you know, liquidity down here. Okay, some demand through this area. All right, so, you know, I think we certainly have the potential to climb and go right up. So I'm going to be looking for that, and obviously basing that off a lot of fundamentals. All right, let's go to the S&P. I'll try and smash through this now. So S&P, we broke in the 8-hour there on the high there. All right, breaking that 8-hour trend. We came down. We tagged the 200-day moving average. Okay. So I got long, and we busted out of that. Here we go. We had the 200-day moving average tag. We had a bit of a bump and run coming out of that RSI channel. And again, just on the weekly, we have still held that trend line. The only thing that is bearish in terms of our RSI is we've broken the 3-day trend, and we've bearishly retested it. Right. So a bit of mixed signals there. Obviously, if we fall under that on the daily bump and run fails, then it's going to be looking more bearish. I mean, it looks bearish already, right? But we are still in the middle, all right? We've still got this. We tagged this demand zone, all right? We've broken the bullish trend, but, you know, you see bullish trends breaks like this only to pump back up through them. That's certainly a market maker move. We've got the bump and run on the price action here. So I know that screen's a bit dirty, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just going to get rid of this old channel, to be honest. All right, so, you know, I've got my fibs there for the 1-to-1. You know, that's our higher target, right? Up here at the 1-to-1. So we're seeing right now, if we're going to be taking those longs up, okay, or if we're going to be selling off. Obviously if DXY is playing long, then this is more likely to sell off, right? So I'm just sort of playing it in the middle at the moment. I'm just taking shorter trades and taking profit. Where are we going? I'm going to break this down because this was, if you're in the Discord, I've already spoken about this, but I'll just show you again, just with the ELs, the power of these 3-phase market setups. So let's go from up here. So this was FOMC back here. You see, I wonder if I should break it down. Break it down on 15, I think it's better. See the wicks better. So see this. So that former 1 hour EL, you can look at that. That's the level that we're at retesting. So not breaking through on the higher time frame, but that's here nor there according to this price action here. So you see how we've made these expansion legs. We had the contraction zone, which I've identified, and then we're making these expansion legs, right? Down, shooting up, right? Coming down, equal expansion legs, only to come up and retest that EL perfectly and then plummet. So for me, that was, that was a great entry. Again, I went back to sleep. I don't know why I woke up. I felt so knackered, and I ended up going back to sleep. It was about 4:30 my time. So I woke up. I caught some shorts on all the majors, and then I went back to sleep. Set some high shorts and got them. And like I said, they all got eaten up through Asia. But anyway, we got back in later on in London. But anyway, so back to this. That would have been a great entry. Short, right? It comes down. If you were biased long, you could take the long at the 12-hour EL retest, right? Pushes back up, tags that 15 EL, and then just dumps. All right, so just really, really great price action there. And sometimes the S&P's done this a few times. It's quite good for it. So I like the ELs on the S&P. Took a long in here, but 39.50. I just rode that up with my stops at break even, and I just got stopped out overnight, which was fine. I did have another buy here, actually, that got triggered, and I ended up just stopping that out before I went to bed, for just a pretty much dead on break even. It shot up, and it would have been a good trade, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't have set a profit take, so it would have just come back and stopped me out anyway. But again, yeah, you see that price has shot up in 3 waves straight to that former EL. So you had all this price action, right? You got the move down, and then you get the retest back up at that former EL. It happens all the time. It's really good signals, guys. Really encourage you to keep them on your charts. If you're in the Discord and you grab mine, or if you can draw your own, beautiful. Excuse me. Yeah. So again, higher time frame. Just in the middle. We're just taking trades as we go. You see this is a very sort of corrective looking structure here, right? So, just on the basics, you got like a bear flag kind of structure, and then if you want Elliott wave it, it's like that 3-wave, right? So, as in 1 wave, 2, and 3. So yeah. It's like I've always said. I said under 39.70 we're bearish. So Merle, I know you'll be watching this. I would keep that short running, as you said you had one still running. So we've messed around this 12-hour EL with this corrective structure. We've taken out liquidity over here, right? And we've broken the 8-hour bullish trend line on the RSI. So, I'd encourage you to hold that short, my friend. And I guess you can sort of draw this channel for your confirmation. Now, if it breaks out of that, doesn't mean it's confirmed, because you know what can happen. But let's see if we can get this going. But you can use that as sort of your guide, right? So if we We've obviously just tested to the bottom of that roughly, and we come down, bit of a break, bit of a shoot back up into the channel, and then a sell-off. That's probably something I'm expecting, something like that, with current price action, how it's looking. All right, so yeah, I'll be looking to get short on the S&P because, like I said, if we stay below 39.70, I'm bearish, and above it, I'm bullish. It really is that simple for me. Obviously, I have other biases, other things, but that's basically how simple it can be. Excuse me. EU, very similar to DXY, so I'm not going to go over that. GU. So, GU. Where's my squiggle? Here we go. So, we rode this up for 200 pips. And then, short it or longed it last night, got 20 pips. But had a loss on a short, so for about 15 pips. So I'm about 200 pips up still, but I am looking at this coming down. That it's following that blue arrow pretty well, but I'm looking at this coming down if DXY is what's to go off, right? So looking for this to come down here, right, and then get up there for that liquidity and then dump as I've previously drawn, just in a different sort of squiggle fashion, which it hasn't followed. But we have the liquidity above these tops, right? So very, very clear to me. And I spoke about this. I might get the video up at some point. I probably won't, to be honest. But I spoke about this. I said, with how GU ended here, they left a lot of liquidity up here, right? And I said, what we can do is we can come down, sort of have a little move down, take the liquidity and come down, or we can do a big three wave, go up, take liquidity, then come down. So, we've obviously done the big three wave, taking out the low here, right? We're coming up. We're looking to take that high, and it can take it significantly, right? So, not to say that it's just going to take the top a little bit. We can come right up to here, 10266 kind of thing. Take those out and then dump, right? So, certainly something to be watching for that. But I do want to get that move down first. It would be beautiful to get a retest of this EL. But if we put in a corrective structure, right, we put in a good enough corrective structure here, then I will not. I don't need that retest, right? If we put in a good enough corrective structure, something like that, expanded flat or maybe a running flat or whatever, right? Something that I can identify as a corrective structure. If we put that in, then I'm happy to go long and we'll go again. So again, that's how we play it. We're just going to go wave by wave, as we always do. AU. So AU ran into all that supply, classic market maker setup here. I did see this. I didn't want to play it long. I was just a bit like, what if it just dumps? But all this liquidity above these tops, ran the short down and should have taken more profit down here below this low. But anyway, was in a short and just cut it at break even at 870. Got that move down, and then we shot up on FOMC. And there was that trash, and I got in short here at 67,300 and another one at 67,170. Came all the way down, didn't take any profit. I just thought we would correct up and sell off, but we got that absolutely trash correction through Asia that just took it all back. Absolute bastards, the way they do that sometimes. Had I been sort of trading the computer, I might have recognized it and got out and recognized what they were doing, right? It's not unlike them, but yeah. When we broke it down during London, I really was barely looking at the charts. I was getting ready for dinner with my wife, but I just had a quick look, and I just scoped a few really good entries, as you'd see in the Discord. And we nailed this top. Well, I didn't nail it. I was 2 pips off the top, so I got in at 530 odd. Rode that down, took profit at 20 pips, and now I've still got another one riding, right? So nice, very nice, decent move down there, around about 80 pips. So I'm still riding that one. I'm looking for this to really come down, right? So we've taken out that liquidity. You look at this as a big corrective wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. Or you could, some people would look at it as a leading diag. But I'm not going to. I'm expecting this, after throwing in those wicks and slamming into that supply with that corrective wave, to come down and take out the liquidity under these lows before going up. So that's my target. My target is down below this low. All right. if we go, what do we got on the daily? So, you know, yeah, there's my old arrow. Whoops. You know, we got the bump and run here. It's moved up. We got the hidden bearish divergence. You know, some decent hidden bearish divergence, and I think we put in some bullish divergence. So regular bullish divergence. Right. So we come on down. Take out that low. RSI comes down. Right. Doesn't take out the low. There's your bullish divergence. All right, and then we head up. Start trending up. So I mean, that's confluent with all my other TA. And so, you know, that's DXY taking out its top and then, you know, correcting after that, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Yeah, I think that's, you know, oh, what do I do? Oh yeah, silver, gold. Look, guys, silver, gold. I don't really want to mess with them at the minute. Like, silver's again slamming into all this supply here. But, you know, with the uncertainty, people just put their money in silver and gold, right, and just pumps. But if I was anything, I certainly wouldn't be buying at these levels. You know, that's not to say, yeah, it's almost, look at this, right, look at this, and now I'll show you gold. Say what it's almost like, but it's not quite. All right. Where am I looking? I think it was probably a smaller time frame. Yeah. See how it's see how it edges up. This is the sort of where they're looking like it's an ending structure, and then they shoot it up, right? But for me, so I say it's almost like, but it's actually not that similar. But you see what I mean? So it's going up like this, but to me this is not that same sort of look. All right, so I don't see, and I'm just going, this is just separate from like normal TA, but it's just structures that you see and recognize, but I don't see it doing that, right? That's I don't see. But again, I'm not gonna be, if I'm anything, I'm bearish at these levels, right? Unless we're gonna just tear through all this. But I'm not going to be heavily shorting it until I've got some better confirmation, because it can keep climbing. But any wave to the high is sort of the potential last wave to the high. So, you know, just up, and then down. All right, so that's how I'd be looking at it. So any wave is the potential last wave to get to the high before it sells off. All right, gold. Gold's taking out the top. You know, a lot of money going into gold with the bank issue, right? So people just like, oh, I'm gonna go put my money in safe haven gold because of the banks. The banks are collapsing. Taking out that high over there. So, you know, yeah, again, not certainly not bullish on gold, and especially if we've got the DXY going how we're expecting. Look at that, you know, it got all the way back up to my 1999 entries that I let go. Yeah, you know what, I'm glad I looked at this. I might have a look at this. I might have a look for London setups. We'll have a look at London setups, in the Discord. We'll see what we can find, but this could get a sharp sort of sell in during Asia. Down to these levels here. Alright, so we get a sharp sell off down here. Up, and then. Alright, something like that. What I'm looking at. See that sort of potential. So, yeah, I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at sell setups. We'll see what we get. Lastly, we'll go over BTC. So again, just higher time frame stuff. I'm not going to worry about this lower time frame nonsense. But you see the daily bearish divergence there. All right, massive hidden bear, right, for all this, and then we come down, bearish divergence, big sell off, hidden bull. And then we're rocking it up, and we've got bearish divergence. Right, rejected off this channel top again. You know, this is obviously all broke through, but still sort of respecting that channel, staying within it. So, you know, we are in this. We are hitting this supply, right? It's going to take a lot to break through this supply zone. So, you know, depending on how things go, if the dollar starts, you know, rising and everything sort of settles down, I don't see Bitcoin breaking through this level. Now, does that mean I see it selling off from here? No, there's going to be a stop hunt. So, yeah, certainly looking. This is where you can sort of use your Elliott if you want, and go and get your target. You know, for me, I will do this now, just now. Excuse me. Let's go to the 12-hour. Bit more. So I'm looking at sort of as a flat, right? 3, you know, 3, 3. So, you know, ABC, and a 5. All right. Now, people will say, but Max, if it's a 5 wave, it's already done. Yeah. Look. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And this is my. We got the 1-to-1 fib extension, extended 5th wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now that is how I'm looking at it. But I think we extend up to you know, 127 levels. I think we're going up here. And if I put out, let's go on the daily. Let's check on the fib on this. 1618. Boom. So we've got 1618 and the 1-to-1 extension. So good target for both to be done at this level, to be honest. Good target for both to be done at this level. And we could be done. I should mention that, you know, we could sell off from here if things, like I said, start cooling off and bank issues going away and Fed starts hiking some more and blah, 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 right? We could be done. Do I think that's the most likely? No, I think we're going to go up some more and get some, incinerate some shorts, all right? So I would say we sell off correct, RSI get down, right? RSI come down, right? And then we come up and not that high. Although maybe, but probably put in some bearish divergence. Meanwhile, price shoots up here for a big sell. Boom. All right, that's what I'm looking at. That'll do it. Smash that like. Actually, cut it up into little tiny pieces, like the killers you are. And I'll see you next time.